Abortion and special treatment. I've been seeing a lot of nasty shit out of women this morning. Holy hell. By nasty shit, I don't mean that they're wrong. Well, they are. These women this morning asking for special rights and special treatment. Typing things like, they don't care about us. We need you to stream for us. They don't listen to us. Well, did you guys apply that to the quote-unquote mentally ill? Do you see what's going on here in Hood River? It's not just in fucking Hood River. It's the whole goddamn United States. You have to have a fucking victim pool. You know why your vaginas are regulated? Where the fuck do you think soldiers come from? You pop them out like fucking Pez dispensers. Why is it that the government wants to regulate your vagina? Because they can't control squat without soldiers. Meanwhile, do you apply those same rules, those same things that you're saying, how they're wrong to do these things to women? Are you applying that to the disabled? Oh, I get that forcing somebody to push out another human life is fucked up. I do get that wholeheartedly. I'm not against that argument at all. What I'm against is the sheer quantity of women pretending that men are to blame. No. The United States government, and in specific, 9 assholes, did that to you. How many of those people were women? Yeah. Who voted which direction? It doesn't matter. Do you know why it doesn't matter? Because it still passed. While you guys complain, oh my God, they banned abortion before they banned assault rifles. First of all, ain't no such thing as an assault rifle. Second of all, no. Abortion was banned well before there ever were guns. You know they've been performing abortions going all the way back to the Roman Empire, right? Well, at least that far back, that's what we've got recorded. And yeah, even the Roman Empire made it illegal. When they started running out of people to use to fight soldiers, what do? But are you applying these things that you're saying? Are you applying these things to others? This morning, man, I gotta tell you, I'm fucking livid. We need you to speak for us. We need you to speak for us. Bitch, I've been speaking up for you for fucking years. What the fuck have you ever done for me? You know what? If you want to fucking reverse this goddamn ruling, go get some assault rifles. How many women are in the United States? Around 200 million. God damn. That's quite a fucking population. If 200 million women marched on Washington, D.C. with assault rifles, yeah, it wouldn't take you guys 30 seconds to get that decision changed. These fucking politicians don't care about us. And then you want to pretend like, oh, well, you need us men to speak up for you. No. Women have more special rights than anyone in this country. Anyone in this country. We're told that we need to not speak up and not have an opinion on women's rights, on women's subjects. But then you yell at us because what you want us to do, you've already streamed at us not to fucking do. Holy shit! Meanwhile, we got disabled people being chemically sterilized. That should be done to every fucking human being on this goddamn planet. All of you. Man, or woman should be sterilized. You are a fucking plague upon this planet. I'm not willing to kill you, but I guarantee you, if I found a chemical or a disease that would make all of us sterile, I'd release it immediately. There would be nothing that you could do to convince me that it's wrong to do so. Now, this sexist crap from women today, this special treatment crap, how many men do I know who have gotten out of a ticket by showing some cleavage? How many men have I recorded admitting to being abused primarily by women over and over and over and over? Why is it that men are so horribly abused? Because nobody fucking listens to us. One of these women this morning claiming that they're not being heard. No, they are absolutely heard. You get to see that. You get to see how, although women are 11 times more likely to be stalkers than men, men are a lot more likely to be arrested and convicted. And with a man, even with all the evidence in the fucking world, it don't make any difference. Nobody's gonna fucking look. He's got a penis. He must be to blame. He must be at fault. No, you don't get to fucking play this sexist bullshit on both sides of the fucking line. Oh, this sexism is wrong towards women, but it's okay towards men? No, fuck you. I'm not a Supreme Court justice. I'm not heard by Supreme Court justices. I'm not heard by women. I'm not heard by men. You aren't fighting for my fucking rights, but you want me to fight for yours? Meanwhile, it's not a right that I fucking believe in. I don't believe it is your right to have children. I don't believe any of you should have the right to bear children. I believe all of you should have the right to bear arms. Most of you, just like most males, are unfit for parenting. Completely unfit. As far as the abortion argument goes, you know what? Do whatever the fuck you want. All right. MRRM, the Cahooligan, typed, bloody woman, not all but some. Ah, yes, you have listened to the argument. Was it Chloe Roma's side that you heard, MRRM, or was it that lady in Australia? Because both of those women, they made a very good point about that. Not all, but enough. Not all women, but enough. This came from the not all men, but enough men. See, this is the argument that we're looking at now. Not all men are okay with this, but enough men are okay with it that it must be men's fault. No. Nicole Knudsen, she made the perfect point this morning. She just did it in reverse. She was complaining that what? That assault rifles were banned before, or that abortion was banned before assault rifles. No, there are still plenty of states where abortion is legal. Plenty of them. There were also plenty of states before this where abortion was illegal. So, we're not arguing the actual point here. The point that's being thrown at us by women is that abortion is now somehow universally illegal everywhere, and it's men's fault for not speaking up after we were told to shut the fuck up, after we're told to mind our own business, after we're told that it's not a men's problem, men have no right to fucking speak up on it. I want you to apply that to the disabled. None of you should be allowed to judge me. None of you should be allowed to pass judgment on me. You all have special rights. You have special rights that are observed. A disabled person isn't going to get that. When a woman's rights are violated, well, there are plenty of women and men willing to stand up for them, myself included. When a disabled person's rights are violated, we don't have any representatives. We don't have any homeless representatives. We have none in the Senate. We have none in Congress. There are none. For the quote-unquote mentally ill, I want you to take a look at the laws, rules, and regulations, and the violations thereof towards the quote-unquote mentally ill. Is that acceptable? Is that okay to you? If you're going to say that that is okay to you, I am going to have to say that it is okay to do it back. When I say everybody should be sterilized, I'm not being sexist. I'm not saying only men should be sterilized. I'm not saying only women should be sterilized. I'm saying all of you should be sterilized. Do I need to be sterilized? No, I don't want to stick my dick in anything. I'm not interested. But then again, what's this narrative we get sold? Every time something bad happens, it's a man's fault, it's a man's fault, it's a man's fault. Even more so if he's a disabled man or if he's ugly. Shit, Johnny Depp can beat the fuck out of his ex. And worse, brag, him and her both, brag about having a jar of fucking cocaine. That jar of cocaine should be the star of the next Disney movie. You say, oh, well, we can't have woman beaters because this is the kids channel. This is a kids programming. Well, I got a question. Does them admitting to cocaine and a massive fucking jar of it, does that constitute kids programming? Shit, the stuff that they admitted to is worse than the fucking slander. Holy hell. I'm told that I'm not fighting hard enough for other people. I'm not fighting hard enough for other people. I'm not fighting hard enough for women. I'm not fighting hard enough for the disabled. I'm not fighting hard enough for veterans. I'm not fighting hard enough for all these other groups that I'm not actually a part of. I'm not fighting hard enough for black people. Meanwhile, I'm getting blamed for every goddamn thing that happens to black people because of my skin color. I get blamed for every goddamn thing that happens to women because of my gender. Your rapist has a name. Alicia Michelle Bollinger. Your rapist's name is Ted Bollinger. Ted Bollinger. Ted Bollinger. Your daddy stuck his dick in you. Now, you should probably think about that, because if your daddy sticks his dick in you again and you get pregnant, you're going to give birth to a little brother. That's right, you're going to squat out your own little brother. But you want to talk about what? It's men's fault? You want to tell us we need to shut up? It's not our problem, it's not our issue, and we're not allowed to have an opinion? And then you want us to stream your opinion? Are you fucking kidding me? No, I don't owe it to you to fight for your vagina. I fight for you as a human being. I fight for your human and civil rights. If you want special rights, well, you can do what it is the United States government and the American people keep trying to do to the homeless. March us off into the fucking ocean. There ain't no place here for us. You have made that loud and fucking clear. While you women and men, obviously both genders, take part in the abuse against the disabled. Most men, do you know why they won't call it into the cops? Well, like Dallas said, he didn't want to get fucking arrested. That guy out here who was homeless, why was he out here homeless? He was fleeing abuse from a female perpetrator. We are seeing now that very, very prevalently so, women may actually may actually commit 60% more sex crimes than men every year. Now, how is that possible? That's not in the agenda that you're fucking selling us. You want to hate on men by ignoring crimes of women. But that don't fucking work. Who's got a higher body count in America? Nurses or mass shooters? Serial killer nurses by a lot. Most of those nurses are female. You ever hear of Munchausen by proxy? Yeah, we used to believe it was a very, very low number. We also used to believe a lot of wives' tales and bullshit until women started showing us loud and fucking clear on TikTok that, yeah, you know what? Those guys were right. Those men were absolutely right. 100% right. When a male is victimized, he's told to shut the fuck up and go to the back of the bus. When a disabled person is victimized, they're told to shut up and go to the back of the fucking bus. They're expected to do things they are not capable of, and if they don't, you abuse the shit out of them, and it ain't a gender thing. You fucking hate all of us. Oh, you wanted to say you're sorry to me. Yeah, well, I'm going to tell you something about the abortion. I am sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that, well, that is the only thing that you care about. You don't want us to get involved, and then you want to force us to get involved through threats, harassment, and intimidation. Who is more likely to threaten, harass, and intimidate somebody, a man or a woman? A woman. A woman is more likely to do so. A man is just more likely to get in trouble. Kind of like at the Garden County Fair about 10 years ago. There was a woman there beating the fuck out of her husband. She just kept on fucking smacking him over and over. Everybody saw it happen. Nobody lifted a goddamn finger. Nobody said anything. Now, I got a question. What would have happened if he would have fucking decked her in the head? What would have happened if he would have fucking pushed her just to get her away from him? Well, there's a chance that a lot of people would fucking pounce on him and possibly even beat him to death. Now, of course, that's not an extreme likelihood. I mean, you go to a small town in Nebraska, everybody knows everybody. If your wife is beating on you for fucking 20 minutes in front of God and everybody and you push her away, yeah, those guys who are there, they know that you're not intending on fucking hurting your wife. You're intending on getting her the fuck away from you. But they also have this trigger in their brain. If they don't do the man thing and fucking assault you, you seeing where this is going? Are you? We are expected on every fucking level to bow down to your every will and fucking command. You want to treat us like we're bad people for things that you're fucking doing. Are you fighting for my rights or are you looking the other fucking way? Because I've been fighting for yours. I've been speaking up. I'm not black. And yet I get treated by so many black folks like it is my fault. Just like these women wanting to pretend like it's my fault because why? Penis. 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 Penises must be guilty. Penises must be to blame. It is always the penis's fault. It's got nothing to do with gender. Penis, 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 penis. It's got nothing to do penis, 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 penis. Do you fucking hear yourselves, you goddamn nut jobs? Are you fucking serious? You're out of your fucking mind. No, I'm not gonna fight for your fucking right to abortion. Are you fucking kidding me? Are you fucking fighting for my rights at all? No. You don't give a fucking shit. Meanwhile, I'm not gonna have an abortion. And I don't have sex, so I don't need to worry about having an abortion. This is something that does not affect me, except for the fact that that's all you fucking care about is yourselves. You don't give a fuck about the male victims, do you? No, you don't. And you want to separate this. Oh, that's different. We're talking about abortion. No, we're not. We're talking about fucking equality. That is what we are talking about. Equality. You want special treatment. You get special treatment. You get special treatment across the fucking country. You get such special treatment, a man can literally go to prison over your fucking opinion. You get such special treatment that you can lie about a man, and you and your friends and their boyfriends and husbands can go and destroy that man's life, up to and including fucking murdering him. And that man doesn't get to defend himself, does he? Whether you beat him to death or not, he doesn't get to defend himself. We don't have courts of fucking law. If something with boobs says it, we have to follow this man law. No, it ain't man law. Them man laws are just like your woman laws. They're fucking stupid. They're sexist. They're immoral. You know what? If your daddy fucking raped you, I am on your side, but you got to turn him in. Don't fucking tell me about it. Don't. If you're not going to go turn it in, don't tell me. Don't tell me your daddy fucked you. There's a lot of men I know who are sexually assaulted by their own mothers. There's even more women I know who are sexually assaulted by their mothers. Of course, we got this whole, oh, a mother would never do that. But really? We got plenty of convictions that show otherwise. Matter of fact, there are plenty of sex tapes that show otherwise. You want to keep on fucking pretending? Now that girl who got pregnant by her fucking dad. Well, what about that woman who got pregnant by her son? Yeah, sure, she's the perpetrator. But she's also the woman. All she's got to do is claim that it was her son who did it. That's fucked up. And then you want to pretend like because a man gets an erection that he must be consenting. That must be consent. I've had so many women sell me that bullshit. No, that is not fucking consent. That is absolutely not consent. No means no. Whether I have an erection or not. If a woman is lubed up down there, does that make it okay to rape her? If she's juicy, if she's moist down there, does that make it okay to rape her? Does that make it okay to sexually assault her? No. And it's not okay the other way around. Just because a penis is sensitive does not mean that it is fucking consent. I don't think with my dick. My penis does not make my decisions for me. However, the fact that I have one makes your decisions for me, doesn't it? It makes your decisions for me in a court of law. It makes your decisions for me when I call the cops. Men are highly abused. Men are beaten far more often than women. Far more often. And publicly. And shamed for it. If you push her away, you're a woman beater. If you take the beating, you got beaten up by a girl. There is no fucking winning for a man. And this is the one fucking thing that you women can actually fucking argue. Your abortion rights. Fine. I get it. You can be forcibly raped, same as a man. You can get pregnant where a man cannot. But that embryo still has both of your DNA. Both of your DNA. You want me to ignore it. You tell us men that all the time. It's not a woman's issue. You shouldn't have an opinion to it. You shouldn't be allowed a right to an opinion to it. Blah, blah, blah. Of course, you guys have noticed by now, I do care who I piss off. But at the same time, the fight is more important than loyalty. Loyalty above all else, except honor. What's the honorable thing to do? Is it to assist your predators? The primary cause of most abuse against males is females. And I'm not talking about, oh, well, they're just fighting over a girl. No, I'm talking about she straight up fucking plays it to that point. I didn't just see that in elementary school. I didn't just see that in junior high school and high school. I see it every fucking day here. Who's got a higher body count? Serial killer nurses or school shooters? You want to get rid of guns? I don't. I'm going to tell you something. You've got a 4'8" woman, right? And then you got yourself a 6'8" fucking Viking. Urgh! How much chance does that young woman have when she is raped? How much chance does she have to stand up to that man? Physically, none. That's why there was the magical inventions of Samuel Colt. You can be 4'8" and be attacked by a man who's 6'8". He's 4 foot taller than you. And that 45 between his eyes, like Candace Bondurant said, that'll stop him dead in his tracks. You wanna ban assault rifles? Assault rifles. Well, guess what? We have our gun rights because of the Second Amendment. That Second Amendment isn't the right to stop a 6'8" man from raping you. That's not why we have that right. For a man, is more likely to need an assault rifle. And I'll tell you why. An assault rifle, that's what you keep calling it. There's no such thing. If a woman is assaulted by a perpetrator, most of the time, it's only one. Most of the time. Now, that's not to say that gang rapes don't happen. Gang rapes happen to boys, too. We're aware that gang rape happens. If you want to use that tiny argument to claim that all of the rest of it's bullshit, you want to claim that 1% of rapes, less than 1%, I'm sorry, that are committed by somebody that the victim doesn't know. All right, we're reconnected now. You got that 1% where the victim doesn't know their predator. 1%. If you go in further, it's almost 1 in 1,000. And really, the chances of you getting raped by a stranger are almost 0. That doesn't mean 0. That doesn't mean it never happens. And the exception to the rule does not negate the majority. It does not. Why do we have all of this argument going on? Well, first of all, because women are protecting their fucking predators. Natalie Bollinger protected Ted Bollinger. Natalie Bollinger protected Tim Beeson. These are both men who raped her, who literally raped her. One of them being her own father. And he's still free to do whatever he fucking wants. But you don't give a shit because it's not happening to you. Well, how about I apply that? I didn't get you pregnant, and I'm not the one shoving a coat hanger in you. I didn't rape you. But y'all sure as fuck rape the hell out of me, don't you? You tell me how I owe it to you to stand up for your rights, to stick up for your rights, because you're so marginalized. Don't fucking sell me that bullshit. I've been fighting for your rights for years, despite the fact that none of you are more marginalized than the disabled or the homeless. None of you, not a fucking single one. Not one. A man can go to prison over a woman's opinion. You get to see in my situation where, well, all it took was one woman lying, and then you guys go out of your way to lie about everything. Oh, all of a sudden, because I was friends with somebody who was 18, by her choice, by her pursuit, then magically it means I must have been raping her and her sister when they were 13. Are you fucking crazy? No, you cry fucking wolf, you have it coming. That doesn't feel good? You guys pretend that I cry wolf when I tell on you. And then you want to use your vaginas and your children to hide behind. To pretend like you're just protecting your children. Meanwhile, people did literally threaten to kill me and my family. Jesus fucking Christ, you're fucked up. You got fucking nut jobs standing outside of abortion clinics. They're not even abortion clinics. It's Planned Parenthood, fuckhead. For a lot of those people, it's a matter of going in for contraceptives. Now, there's a lot of Catholics involved in this. All right, we know that there are literally thousands of Catholics who have taken part in committing crimes, including murder against people they assumed had an abortion. Assumed, because they went into Planned Parenthood, that Planned Parenthood shoved a coat hanger up there and pulled out a fetus. How many times have Catholic women been busted inside of grocery stores poking holes through condoms? Holy shit! That is fucking insane! And why did they do it? Because it's against God's will. We have a separation of church and state for a reason. Many of my predators, their excuse for not doing the legal thing is their God. Their God is only an excuse, just like Leslie Snell's children are only an excuse. You know what? If her kids get ran over by the chapel bus like Brandy Erb's dog did, yes, I will feel as bad for Leslie Snell as I do for Brandy Erb. But not more. Absolutely not. At that point in time, if Leslie Snell's kids get run over by the chapel fucking bus, I will be elated. I will be so excited and happy for this world, because that is 2 more people who are not going to become fucking predators. That is 2 more women, potential women, who are not going to be victimizing men the way that their mother did. That is 2 more females who aren't going to be used as pawns to destroy a man's life. While a woman is likely only to be assaulted by 1 assailant at a time, a man is most likely going to be assaulted by 3 or more at a time. Most likely 3 or more. I want you to put that in perspective. All you have to do is insinuate that a man might do these things. Natalie Bollinger was actually raped by her own admission and backed up by multiple people in her life. Yes, Ted Bollinger fucking raped his daughter repeatedly. Everyone knew it. Nobody did a goddamn thing. We have literally hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of examples of women claiming what? That a man raped them or is a pedophile because he broke up with her. We have these things recorded. Thank goodness men are doing what it is that you women should be doing. Men are recording your bullshit. Men are fucking recording it. They're recording it. When you have your heart broken because he doesn't want to date you anymore because you're a fucking psycho, and you prove it by afterwards saying, oh, well, I'm going to tell everyone you're a pedophile. Well, thank goodness men are starting to wisen up. Do not trust a woman just because she's a woman. Do not trust her just because she has boobs. Do not trust her just because she has a vagina. You are perpetuating rape society by doing that. You are also perpetuating crimes against men. Now, with the thousands of people who wanted to take part in the threats, harassment, and intimidation of not only me, but my friends and family, yeah, a handgun is not going to do me any fucking good. When I was assaulted by those officers in the prison, 6 or more on one on many occasions, you know what? An assault rifle would have done some fucking good. An assault rifle. Now, of course, not in the prisons. In the prisons, that's CQB. That stands for close quarters battle. Young ladies, if a man is going to rape you, he is probably going to do it when you are alone. When he has you alone. Just like when you choose to be perpetrators against men, you do it when he's alone. There's nobody who's going to speak up for him, and you are now playing on your vagina for sympathy. You are playing on your vagina for manipulation, just like you use Christianity and the Jesus. Are you fucking kidding me? I can't believe that you would use women's rights and God in the same fucking sentence. Have you read the fucking book? God hates you. God hates you for having a vagina. The whole book is nothing but hatred towards women and their vaginas. Is that true? No, just most of it. Just most of it. So you get to pick and choose what fits your narrative. And you also get to pick and choose what battles you fight. Well, so do we. It's not my fight. It's not my fight. Were it my choice, none of you would be able to have abortions because you'd all be fucking sterile. None of you would be able to have abortions because you would be being treated equal. You would be being treated the way that you treat your victims. Now, is it white men who made this vote, or is it the Supreme Court? How many men are in the United States that you're blaming? You know, if you went and killed some Supreme Court justices, yeah, that would fucking change shit quick, fast, and in a hurry. If you were to put holes through the fucking president, that would change things quick, fast, and in a hurry. If you were to go blow the heads off of your local police, things would change quick, fast, and in a hurry. But we also got to look at the sheer numbers on each level. If you shoot Biden, you only got to kill one man. You kill the Supreme Court justices, you have to kill 9 of them. In order to kill enough cops for it to make a difference, we're talking about hundreds of thousands. Hundreds of thousands. Because cops want to whine. Because when they break the law, it's not easy for them to get away with it. So they need special rights. Just like women need special rights. You already have special rights. You have the special right that you can fucking lie and have a man fucking beaten to death, have him fucking shot, have him fucking incarcerated, But your vagina, your vagina, your vagina. Your vagina, your vagina, your vagina. You want to blame it on my penis, my penis, my penis, my penis, my penis. It's my penis's fault. My penis did it. My penis voted for you to not be allowed to have an abortion. Meanwhile, which state do you live in? You might still get to have an abortion. What state is next to you? You might still get to go have an abortion. Yes, you may have to fucking travel. You may have to travel for help with that abortion, but look how far I traveled for help from women who took advantage of me. And how many of them? How many? And how many of them used my penis? The fact that I have one, the fact that other men committed crimes against them as their excuse to commit crimes against me. How many? How many of you women who are today complaining about this abortion bill, how many of you abused me and used what other people did as your excuse? How many? Oh, your husband beat the shit out of you in 1976, so I must be a rapist? Some sick fuck raped your daughter in 1988. Is that my fucking fault? I was 8 years old. And that's only if it was after October 18th of 1988. Where would I have been in 1988? Well, let's see. My mom couldn't stay off the fucking cocaine, and my dad was in prison for cocaine possession with intent to sell. My mom got busted with cocaine repeatedly. Repeatedly. And in some of those occasions with mass quantities. Did she ever face prison? No. What's the average amount of time that a female spends as a sexual predator? Teacher who has sex with one of her students, even with that teacher, what'd she get, 28 years? 28 years for that lady in Washington State who got knocked up by a fucking 13-year-old male student? And even with people like her, 8 months. 8 months. Now, here's the fucked up part about that. That's not including in those numbers any of the women who walked. It doesn't include any of those women who just got probation. This is just average incarceration time. But yeah, men's fault. Men. Women are made of sugar and spice and everything nice. Women could never do anything wrong, ever. Now, some of y'all might have seen that movie with Alicia Silverstone where she plays a fucking psycho. Of course, you get to see the movie where Mark Wahlberg plays a psycho. Right? They're very similar movies. Of course, the one with Alicia Silverstone, what does she do? She pulls a used condom out of the garbage and shoves it inside of her vagina. That gives a lot of really fucked up women really fucked up ideas. I am not going to go searching for a used condom to shove up my asshole to claim that a man raped me. I'm not going to take a used condom out of the garbage can and shove it up my asshole. I'm just not going to do it. I'm not going to shove a used condom full of another man's semen up my backside and go, all right, well, you got two choices here. Either you can be my boyfriend or I'm going down to the police station and I'm going to fart your yogurt. The fact that it is so easily done, the fact that it is so prevalent among women, perhaps not that condom thing, but we've recently noticed, there was a woman recently, she was talking about, well, there's this rapper who said to stick Tabasco sauce in your used condoms. And she wanted to talk about how horrible that hurt. Well, hold on a second. What are you doing sticking a man's used condom inside of you to begin with? And we're told that men are the psychos. Men are the psychos. When a man changes his mind because he was fucking lied to by a woman, he's a liar now, isn't he? He's a liar because he changed his mind. But then again, when a woman wants to change her mind, she changes her entire fucking story around. It's not even close to the same one she told at the beginning. But we're expected to believe her as a society because vagina. 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 Meanwhile, worse things are happening to human beings in this fucking country. Women, are you fighting for the rights of the disabled? Are you fighting for the rights of male victims? No, you're looking for every excuse to make it our fault. Everything that happened to you is men's fault, men's fault, men's fault. Are you fucking speaking up? That's a start. What are you doing now? Next step. Come on now, what's the next step? What's the next step after speaking up? Wow, you didn't get any farther than that. Most of you didn't even get that far. Congratulations. Congratulations. You didn't think it through. Congratulations. You didn't think about the consequences for others. You only care about yourself. I speak up because someone has to. Why did I stop speaking out and saying how good Chloe Roma of Roma's Army was doing? Why did I stop supporting her? Because she got on her YouTube channel and she outright told people to lie in court against men. No. Never, not ever. Men are expected by our society to lie for a woman. Anything that a woman says must be true, and even if it's not true, who fucking cares? She's got tits. You either back her up or you're the bad guy. That is how it is. You pulled out, oh, I didn't do it. Well, when a man says, well, I'm not the one who raped you, how does that feel? How the fuck does that feel? How does it feel when you go to somebody after being raped? And I know this experience firsthand. How does it feel when you go to turn in your rapist and you're blown off by everyone you speak with? How does it feel when your husband beats the shit out of you, locks you in a closet, takes away your telephone and the car keys, and leaves you there until the bruises go away? How does it feel when you get out and everybody that you talk to, that you're trying to tell about the abuse, he's already told that you're schizophrenic and crazy and that you spent a couple days in a nuthatch? Are they going to bother to even look it up? No, they don't fucking care. You're the crazy one. You disappeared for 3 days. Of course, he's not very likely to get away with that if you have even one friend who actually gives a shit. Of course, if your one friend who gives a shit is cheating on you with your fucking husband, well, she has zero incentive to tell the fucking truth. Very similar to my situation with my quote-unquote friends getting their drugs from my predators. I didn't want to fucking go to drug dealers or fucking drug users for help. We live in the United States. There's a lack of fucking options, isn't there? Meanwhile, you want to chastise all men. You have the fucking numbers, moron. You have the fucking guns. You want to try to get rid of all the guns. Meanwhile, what is it that protects you from being raped to death by a 6'8" Scandinavian, blonde-haired, blue-eyed fucking asshole who thinks that he's the master fucking race? What happens if you got a KKK rally and you got Hundreds of KKK members walking down the street with their guns. What are the police going to do? Are they antagonizing it? No, they march right next to those fuckers. Did they do that in BLM? No, what we got was counterculture. We got police who wanted to go out there with some of the meanest fucking signs that they could pull and blame it on black people. That's right. They wanted to blame it on black people. It's black people's fault that police are fucking murdering them wholesale. And the American public says, oh no, that's wrong. But then who's more victimized than black folks? The disabled and the homeless. And no matter what, you make every excuse for them. Don't you? You absolutely do. You make every fucking excuse. I didn't make you with a vagina any more than you made me with a penis. I did not ask for a penis. I did not choose to be born with a penis. Matter of fact, on my Facebook, not that you give a shit, but before Natalie even died, I said, if you will pay to have my fucking penis removed, I'm fine with that. I don't want it. I don't fucking use it. It's for urinating. I don't need length or girth to urinate. Every woman on the planet has proven that already. I don't need a penis to pee. It's not required for peeing. But you don't give a shit, do you? What you care about is that I'm a man. So it must be my fault. I'm a man, so I must be a predator. I'm a man, so you will make every excuse for predatory action against me. Not okay. It's not okay to be a Megan Missigatis. It's not okay to be a Kayla Trujillo. It is not okay to be a Maddie Boa. It is not okay to be a Shannon Alvarado. It is not okay to be a predator. It doesn't matter that you're female, you are still a predator. What you did is predatory. You did it, well, knowingly, willingly, and intentionally. And of course, you guys get to see a couple of different situations with me, don't you? Last night when I was trying to go to sleep, you can hear what it's like for me trying to go to sleep. With no friends and barely acquaintances, no family that gives a shit. Why is these predators got away with doing the things they did to me for years? Lack of family who gives a shit. Matter of fact, lack of give a shit by really anybody. Now these people, if they did the things that they claim that they did, then they need to speak up in court because the courts claim they didn't. The cops claim they didn't. My predators claimed that they didn't. By not coming forward, you forced me to break the law to try to get a court date because of the sheer quantity of violence. But you didn't give a shit. You didn't give a shit. And now I see you on my timeline, fucking 5 years later or more, you're posting up all of this shit about how men need to do all of this shit for you. Fuck no, we don't owe it to you. We do not owe it to you. We do not fucking owe it to you. You don't fight for our rights. You don't. You have rights we don't have. So don't give me your bullshit. The only instance in which a man will win over a woman in one of those situations is if he's good looking or has money. Amber Heard, what did it take for us to finally get a victory in the men's department? It took the most shameful victory in the fucking history of the American court system. Johnny Depp fucking won that? He laughed through the whole goddamn thing. He thought it was fucking hilarious. All these women who are now posting about abortion and how men owe them this, that, and the other. The only man that they actually fucking cared about through any of this in the last 30 fucking years is Johnny fucking Depp. Meanwhile, many of these women who I am not friends with because they victimize the shit out of me or because they support rape society have literally told me things like they wish that Johnny Depp would rape them. How fucking sick is that? How sick is that? You guys got to see that with that other rapist, didn't you? Jeremy Meeks? Is that right? Jeremy Meeks is married. Convicted rapist. Married. And you got all these women on there saying, oh, he's so good looking, he's so hot. Oh my God, I wish he would rape. Are you fucking kidding me? No, you are literally asking to be raped at that point. Not figuratively. You are literally asking for Johnny Depp to rape you. You are literally asking for Jeremy Meeks to rape you. What the fuck is wrong with you? And then you think that you should be allowed abortions in the cases of rape. And then what are we dealing with? Oh, well, I wasn't the one who said that. I wasn't the one who said that. I wasn't the one who did that. Oh, yes. See, I get this. I get this entirely. I understand this entirely. Oh, now magically, not all women are like that. Not all women are doing that. We women need to stick together. That is the biggest crock of shit. That right there is what the most manipulative women on this planet will do when they don't get their fucking way. When you won't provide them with the dick that they want, when you won't provide them with the meth that they want, when you won't provide them with the heroin that they want, or when they're fucking embarrassed because you had a goddamn medical emergency in Chesapeake, goddamn Virginia. We have a rape society specifically because women are perpetuating it. Women are literally asking for people like Jeremy Meeks and Johnny Depp to rape them. Literally, he goes through the whole trial making jokes about it, going, are you fucking kidding me? That trial was never taken seriously, and the outcome was already decided before it was started. And how do we know this? Because it was women's assumptions, women's support, women's. If women hadn't been supporting Johnny Depp, well, some of the men would have supported Johnny Depp, and a lot of the men would have assumed. That's right. He would have assumed not that Johnny Depp was guilty, but because that is his position and his requirement socially to protect the woman. A lot of these women who were able to manipulate me, they did so by claiming they needed protection from other men. But then when I try to turn in those men for things that they did, well, perhaps these women shouldn't have manipulated me to begin with. If he didn't rape you, you shouldn't say he raped you. If he didn't rape Jackie, you shouldn't say he raped Jackie. If he didn't beat the living fuck out of you, you shouldn't say he beat the living fuck out of you. But then, of course, there's those of us who grew up in the system. We know about the honeymoon period. That's where you call your friend and you have him rescue you, or her. It doesn't have to be a man that rescues you. And 2 weeks later, being lonely for 2 fucking weeks. Alright? I'm afraid of this man who's beating on you all the goddamn time, that you go to somebody who has spent their entire life alone. Never had a girlfriend. Ever. They're helping you out of the goodness of their fucking heart. And when you go back to that abusive asshole 2 weeks later, and you figure it doesn't matter, when you go, oh, well, you know, it was this person, or it was that person, or whatever else. You don't stop to think about the consequences for the man who fucking rescued you. I know the consequences firsthand. I've seen it many times over, and I've experienced it. I refuse to go into childcare for a reason. I tell people, as a man, I don't want to. It is too easy for some fucking parent who didn't get their way to fucking manipulate shit. It is too easy for an innocent man to be convicted. A man, like I said, can be convicted without evidence, without any evidence whatsoever, just a woman's opinion. Dozens and dozens of people will take part in abusing a man over a lie. You put that on the fucking news, and you're going to compound that by a lot. The evidence shows every step of the way I was trying to get a safe place where I could process the evidence and help processing it. Of course, a lot of people, after they wanted to outright lie to me, take advantage of me, same thing everywhere I went. The mentally ill thing. Must be my fault because I'm mentally ill. That's kind of like when you blame women for being raped. Last night, I pulled a whole bunch of equality. I blamed a whole bunch of people for the things that they blame men for. It's not men's fault that you didn't turn in your predator. It's not men's fault you're not speaking out about your predator. If you're going to bitch about men, and then you're going to complain that we bitch about women back, hey, I'm turning in my predators in specific. When it comes to turning in predators, I turn in my specific... Oh, wait, no, I'm not allowed. I forgot I have a penis. When you complain about your predators on Facebook or on YouTube, do you complain about your predators or do you complain about men? Was it John that raped you or was it men? Was it your dad that raped you or was it men? Was it Samantha that raped you or was it men? Was it your mother who raped you or was it men? I'm not pro-life and I'm not pro-choice. I'm pro-eradication of the species. I am for the extermination and the eradication of every human on the planet. I'm just not willing to kill people. I don't want the people who are already alive to be murdered. I just want to make sure they don't put any more people like them on the planet. If humanity knew that it was doomed, if every man, woman, and child on the planet realized that they were never going to be able to reproduce ever again, I got a question about your quote-unquote humanity and your love for animals. Would you do something to clean up the planet before you left? Or would you just leave it there so that in 60, 80, 100 years, eventually every single one of these nuclear power plants becomes a Fukushima disaster or a Chernobyl? Does it matter? Does it matter what happens to the earth after you're gone? You guys want us to fight this abortion fight. I've been fighting it. I don't agree with you on the abortion issue. I don't. I don't agree with you because no two of you can even agree. In the cases of rape and incest, am I against abortion? Fuck no. Absolutely not. Do you know how horrible that is? To make a woman bring her baby brother into this world that way? to carry her father's child full term. Of course, it'll also help to catch female predators now, won't it? These women who are having sex with their sons, they're going to have to use the old-fashioned coat hanger method or carry that child to full term. And when that child is carried to full term and it's born, take that blood test like they do every child in America who is born. They're going to know immediately that that child is a product of incest. Men get the short end of the stick. Women get leniency. The things Leslie Snell claimed, most of it was complete bullshit. The stuff that she did claim that was actually true is not against the law. The only part out of all that she said, the only part that was against the law, oh, wait, none of it was. Not a single bit of it was. That judge literally had to reinterpret it and restate it into a completely different statement than I had originally made, and then claim that I had admitted to that. No, they had it set up ahead of time. They had already decided ahead of time. The verdict was already in before court ever fucking started. Leslie Snell is of the most privileged class in this country. Blonde-haired, blue-eyed, pretty white girl who has a position with the government. She works for the sheriff. Their professional courtesy towards one another that is blatantly all over my paperwork, that they blatantly claim was not the case on more of my paperwork. Well, excuse me. Of course, with Steele County Sheriff's Department threatening, harassing, and intimidating people, including my little sister, and with people threatening to kill my little sister, I should be killing Leslie Snell. I should be, 100%. I should not be sexist about this. You guys say that this is what I should be doing. If somebody did this to you, you'd kill them. If somebody did this to you, you'd kill them. Somebody should kill these people. Somebody should kill these people. You have no idea how many people type that shit to me every fucking day. Well, I'm not trying to kill them. I'm trying to get them in court. And my evidence in court. But how is that going to happen when I am being victimized by the courts? When I am being victimized by Scott DaCosta and his deputies, including Leslie Snell, and I've been trying to turn them in since 2018. And they have repeatedly, blatantly, and openly done this to me. Repeatedly, blatantly, and openly since 2018. Megan Messigatis, by her own admission, even after sending her all that evidence, she never made any attempt to send that to the Nebraska State Patrol. No attempt whatsoever. None. There will never be a day that I don't speak out. There will never, ever be a day that I don't fight for my rights. But you know what? I don't owe it to you to fight for your rights. You made it a sexist thing. You made it men versus women. You get to manipulate. I'm not even allowed to show the truth. So I'm going to repeat some of the angry, hateful stuff from last night. If your dad has sex with you and you get knocked up, that's God's will. That's God's will. Give it to God. Give it to God. Give it to God. You know what? You just need to give it to God. That's what you need to do. You need to just let it go. You just need to let it go. Just give it to God. Give it to God. Give it to God. No. No, God didn't do these things to me. You did. God didn't lie to me. How the fuck is an imaginary creature gonna fucking lie to me? Santa Claus doesn't lie to me. The Easter Bunny doesn't lie to me. Unicorns don't lie to me. Why don't these things lie to me? Because they don't fucking exist, stupid.